Okay, so I've received a lot of mixed feelings since I publicly announced that I have resigned from my position as a Beachbody coach. A lot of you feel like it's out of nowhere, you're like super confused because I loved it so much, like what the heck's going on, what are you doing now? A lot of questions. A lot of you guys didn't see it coming, and I'm not surprised because I'm one of those people who, if something is going on or something is wrong in my life, I am not going to tell anybody about it. I'm very good at sweeping things under the rug and just painting like a really pretty picture over top of it, and that's something that I've learned to not do. But before I begin this video, I just want to say that I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I'm very happy that I did it. I don't regret it because I have made a ton of new friends. I've made a ton of connections with people that I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for this opportunity. I'm a very introverted person, and this really helped, push me out of my shell and force me to connect with people. I'm a very different person, so it's very hard for me to connect with people because I am not much like anyone my age. I'm very, very different, and I'm totally okay with that. At the end of the day, I still love Beachbody. I've been using their products and doing their workouts for over 2 years, so I know that this stuff works, and I know that they really do care about the quality of their products. I know they do a lot of research on what they provide to people, so I know that they truly do want to serve the best and give the best that they possibly can. There's nothing else on the market like it. I've done lots of research, and it is what it is. To be honest, I've been looking into other opportunities and other businesses and other just paths that I possibly could go throughout my life for quite a few months now. I physically quit Beachbody a week ago, but I mentally quit probably 2 months ago. I just became extremely fed up with everything, and I was just done. But I loved it so much, and I believed in it so much that it took me a long time to get to this point, to actually admit to myself that at the end of the day my heart just wasn't in it anymore. So I know you guys are all like, okay, well what the heck happened? So let me just say, I first started Beachbody because of a lot of reasons. I love helping people. I'm a people pleaser. I love health and fitness. I'm a huge homebody, and if I get to work from home, hell yeah, count me in. I love the workouts. I've been doing Turbo Jam since it came out, so I knew that I would enjoy them. And I also want to be a work from home, stay at home mom someday. Not anytime soon, but I wanted to start something sooner than later, so that way when the time came I had enough time into the business so that I was able to make it my full-time income and comfortably live off of it and depend on it. When I started as a coach, I fell so hard and so quick in love with it. I made $100 my first month, and I was so excited because I had helped 3 people and they felt better. I felt better. My second month I made $300. My third month I made over $800, and from there it just kind of grew. But the longer that I was in the business, the less money I seemed to make. And to me that didn't make any sense. I was in the business for 2 years and 3 months. And for the amount of work and time and energy that I was putting into the business, I definitely was not seeing what I felt I deserved in return. When I first started the business, I loved it so much that I didn't care about how much time I was putting into the business, and honestly, I probably didn't even realize how much time I was spending on the business. I was going to work all day. I was coming home, working on my business. If I had a lunch break, I was working my business. If I had any time at all extra throughout the day, I was on my phone working my business every chance I could. So even if I was not working, my mind was always thinking about my business. When I was laying in bed, I remember every single night that's what was on my mind. Okay, what am I going to do better tomorrow? Who am I going to talk to tomorrow? What things do I have to do? Going off my to-do list. It consumed my life. I was present physically in places, but mentally I was never present. There's so many things looking back that I've missed out on in my life in the last 2 years because I was so focused on the business. It honestly wasn't until last year when I took a step back from the business and I decided to focus on myself a little bit more that I was able to see the business a little bit differently and in a totally different light, and that really honestly just totally changed my whole mindset right then and there. At the time, I had completely lost myself. I was experiencing intense form of flooding, and I had gotten to a place where I just literally forgot how to take care of myself. Simply just brushing my hair or taking a shower or changing my clothes and eating, just simple basic stuff I kept forgetting to do. I remember just randomly crying all the time over nothing. And I was just tired all the time. I had no energy and I just felt terrible. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was in a field and I was just running around and running around and running around, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get out of it. I just felt like I was drowning, and I had given so much of myself to everybody else that every single time I had given pieces of myself here and there and here and there, I just ended up having nothing left. And that was really, really hard to deal with. Unless it's ever happened to you, losing yourself is like one of the scariest things that I think you'll ever go through. Because at the end of the day, you can depend and rely on anybody you want, but the person who has to have your back is yourself. And if you don't have yourself, you don't have anybody. I mean, you can have your mom can love you as much as you want, your spouse can love you as much as you want, but if you don't love yourself, that all means nothing. When I got into this business, I wanted the time and I wanted the freedom, and they said when I started, be here a year from now. So I was head first all in. Like I said, I was working all the time on my business. I was thinking about my business all the time. And if you weren't succeeding, they would say you need to work more, you need to put in more time, put in more hours, invite more people, do more free groups, check in with your people more and more and more and more time that they wanted you to give up. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm already giving up every second of my time. What more do you want? So basically what was expected just isn't realistic to me, and it's not what I want in my life. I love social media, I love network marketing, but having to live online made me hate it. Having to post 3 to 5 times a day, my life is not that interesting. I love my boring life. I know a lot of people think my life is boring, and that's fine, but I love my life. I like being private. I don't want the whole world to know everything about me, and I don't think the whole world should know everything about you. You should have your personal time, but just how much that they wanted you to be on social media for me wasn't realistic, and it made me hate social media. It wasn't even enjoyable for me anymore. I know some people that aren't network marketing, they get on social media just to check what other people are doing, and it's enjoyable for them. But for me, it was just like a nuisance. I was so annoyed of having to be on it that I didn't want to be at all. So I gave it up for a few months, and I felt so awesome. I felt like I was able to focus more, and for the first time in like 2 years, I actually felt like I was present in moments. And that again just made me think of how many of these little moments that I've missed out on because my mind was always somewhere else. And these simple little moments in life are things that I'm never going to get back. They may not be important to some people, but they're important to me. And I'm not willing to miss out on them anymore. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of companies and network marketing, and it can be done so tastefully if you do it right, but unfortunately so many people do it so salesy and tacky and icky that it just becomes a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because of it. There's nothing more annoying to me than getting a notification on my phone that says that I've been added to some random group. Now, if this is someone that I've been talking to for a long time, that's okay, someone that I know. But if it's some random person that just added me to add them to their group, I'm done. That is not a way to start a relationship. Your relationship should be formed on a friendship, not on a sale. So, I mean, some people might not, have that bother them that much, but for me, that's icky, that's salesy, and I don't know about anyone else, but I don't go online to be sold to. And I don't expect people to sell to me. I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to receive a spammy message, so I'm not going to do that to somebody else. You need to form the relationship first, and a lot of people bypass that because they're so focused on the money, 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 which is fine, but you're going to push so many people away in the process. So I just think that the whole marketing technique and business model needs to be a little bit different. I've learned that I'm a very controlling person, and with Beachbody, you don't have a whole lot of control of your income. Yes, you do make retail commission, but a big portion of your income that you make is from your team. So I can't control what my team does. I can't control how much work they put into it. I can't control if they love it as much as I did. And I didn't like that. I want to be able to control what I do. I wasn't getting the return that I felt that I deserved, nor were the people that were working their butt off for this, and they were receiving not what they deserved as well. That just doesn't seem right to me. I've had to do so much work to get myself back, and in a way I'm kind of grateful that this happened, because if it didn't, I probably would have never had to work on myself so much. I would have never had to find myself again. I would have never done so much self-care, so much self-awareness work. I would have never gone through this journey without it. So in a way it's kind of a good thing, but I also could feel myself starting to go back to that point the last few months, and as soon as I started to feel that way, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to allow myself to go through that again. I remember that it was I don't even know, a 4 or 5 month period of my life that I was dealing with that, and no one had any idea because, like I said, I don't tell anyone my problems. So I just refused to go back to that position. So I was talking to my therapist about it, and I said something needs to change. I need to give something up. Something needs to happen because I'm not going back to that place. So I decided to put up boundaries, and I had to cut some things out of my life. I had to cut some people out of my life, and unfortunately Beachbody was one of them. I started to feel exhausted a lot. I felt like I had no time to myself, and if you know me, you know I love being by myself. I love my free time, and I don't want to give that up. I give up a little bit, but not too much. But I just started eating like crap, and I started feeling like crap, and I wasn't sleeping very well, and it just wasn't affecting me in the positive way that I had planned it to. And I knew that I had to step back again, because if I can't take care of myself, if I can't motivate myself, then what good am I to somebody else? I can't be someone who's motivating and encouraging someone to live this type of lifestyle if I'm not doing it myself. And I just felt like I wasn't the person that these people that I've been working with needed anymore. I just couldn't be that person. So it may seem selfish, but at the same time, I need to put myself first, and I need to make myself a priority if I'm ever going to help anyone again. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I've been researching a lot, and I'm really, really, really excited to share what I'm doing next. I mean, I can talk about this for a long, long time about all the reasons why I quit. It was risky for me to join in the first place, and it's risky for me to leave, but I truly believe that the new path that I'm going to take is going to impact my life a lot better and fit my lifestyle and what I want in life a lot better, and I know that it's going to change your guys' lives as well. So stay tuned. I am super excited to share it with you guys. Thanks for watching.